I would definitely say I'm a retired player.
So can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
You have a few different baby mamas.
I do. 6.
And quite a few kids.
12.
What makes a man want to give a woman some money?
You want my money, I want your honey.
So you a player? No, I'm a player.
Being in the moment, and then when that moment is over, being in the next moment.
Doc.
Still me being real.
Do you know you just spit some player
Tonight on Nick Cannon at Night, welcome our guest, actress, poet, and producer whose talent is matched by her captivating presence, Erica Peeples, Dr. Jamye Waxman, a highly respected sexologist, therapist, and author known for blending research with real-world insight.
Welcome to Nick Cannon at Night. It's going down. Everybody raise your drinks to the sky because it's time for the nightcap. The one who loves less controls the relationship. Truth or cap?
Truth.
The one who,
The one who
doctor
loves
said
less
truth. The one who loves the less, the least.
Maybe that might be true.
You think that's true?
Might be true.
I don't even want to answer this. It's the truth, though. It says, I didn't have an answer, but if you said true, drink up. It's backed by the power dependence theory in social psychology. The person that is least dependent on the relationship typically has more negotiating power. Doc, tell me more about this.
I mean, look at it goes in any sort of theory, right? Because the person who has less to lose, the person is way more powerful, has just way more power in their lives. Like
the lion's share of the negotiation.
Yeah, I mean, the person who wants less sex in a relationship controls the sex in the relationship. So there's something, even though, here's the other piece of it, the caveat is, you might not necessarily want to control everything, but the fact is you become the gatekeeper, you become the person that's saying, no, not now, slow down, whatever. Or if you don't care, that actually I feel like is the most powerful position to be in sometimes.
That's a little disheartening because I feel like that's sending out like an unhealthy message.
Well, I'm not saying to do this.
No, but I'm just saying like because if I'm thinking, again, if back in my player days, like that was really the mindset, like we don't love these hoes. Like it's like if as a grown man I still thought that way, like that's where all the manipulation, that's where all of the like, yo, long as I ain't attached, then therefore she can't control me, she can't like, and I think learning from all my mistakes that I missed out on some, amazing relationships because I had that mentality of like, I'm not gonna get too close or I'm not gonna treat her with the respect that she deserves in a relationship because I don't wanna get hurt.
Wait, so going back though to this piece of like less, the person who
loves the less.
Has the more power, right? Oh, so you're saying, did you feel powerful at those times?
Absolutely. The goal was to make a woman fall in love with me and me not be in love.
Oh.
So therefore
And they would always fall in love.
Yeah, I would control it because I'm like, oh, I know what to do, what to say, push her buttons, the things to buy, and then therefore, but through therapy, I learned I have true issues with, detachment.
And attachment,
But does it work the same way, the opposite? So if you were with a girl and she loved you less, would you work harder to make
want her
Absolutely.
more?
Yeah, that's the chase.
We want what we can't have.
So, and I would do anything to get her. You know what I mean? I'm gonna buy her whatever she want. I'm gonna tell her whatever she wanna hear. And then once I got her, I got her.
Then you're done with her.
Exactly. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, oh, the chase is over. So therefore, the power shifted, and now I can go back to the ways that I was operating in. Only reason why I say that is disheartening because I'm attempting to speak from, a more mature place.
A personal growth.
Yeah, because
space.
I truly believe that. And, some old player on the street probably taught me that. We don't love, you know what I mean? Like, and in that's how you may control the relationship, but it's manipulative and it's damaging.
Well, so then I'm going to bring something up that some people love and some people hate. This idea of the most successful relationships, I think this was a TikTok thing, are black cat females, right? Women who are more like cats and men who are more like golden retrievers, right? So that's the type of relationship dynamic that really works well. So she's a little more standoffish.
Them cat women is vicious.
I
don't like cats.
You got the Catwoman cut, though.
I guess I do.
Who doesn't think Catwoman's a little sexy? She's
Yeah.
so sexy.
Definitely
That's true.
sexy, absolutely.
Definitely.
So let's check in with our first at-nighter.
What up, though, Nick? It's your girl, T-Barb. And yes, I have a question. Let me ask you this. What makes a man want to give a woman some money? Should they ask up front? Should it be nonchalant? Should they just say what they need and wait? How should the women get the men to open up those pockets?
First of all, I'm offended that you asking me this question so directly.
I mean,
And I'm a little intimidated. Sound like she trying to get into my pocket. If I had the answer, I wouldn't give it to you. There's so many things I could break down. Again, like when I hear these questions, I don't really listen to the question. I listen to why she's asking the question. And it's
Why do you think she's asking the question?
in today's culture, and I'll go a little deep for no reason, but I think we are so over enamored and lightweight obsessed with success, specifically in a monetary sense.
Yeah.
It's like, I want a man who got money, and not only do I want a man who got money, I want a man who got money who gonna give me his money. And when we get to that space, like, it's super fun, but if that's all that's there, then even what I'm gonna want from you is gonna be superficial as well.
Yeah.
So it's fair exchange, no robbery. You want my money, I want your honey. But that's what I'm saying in that sense. And we joke and we have fun, but as soon as I hear that a woman wants my money, I know what it is. And therefore, we're gonna operate differently.
Yeah.
So I think it's, if she's not looking for nothing but a good time or a little purse here and there or something, then cool, we know what it is. But you can't be looking for a relationship and the first thing you figuring out is how you can get a man's money.
Yes.
But what would make you want to give her money?
Good question.
If she offering what she need to be offering.
So all I gotta do is be like, you can get it.
Yes.
$100,000, we good.
I don't long if it ain't no talking. As I get older, I am learning.
So it's transactional.
It's transactional, and you are not paying them to stay. You paying them to leave.
Oh.
So therefore, if that's what she really wants. I think she's having fun. I think she's joking. But if a woman really wants a man's money, that's prostitution.
Yeah.
Now, if you
That
want
makes
a
you
man,
a pimp, though, right?
No, the pimp. No, see, you don't got. You didn't teach her the whole guy. No, you didn't teach her this part. You didn't teach her this. That's called a trick. The pimp collects the money. The trick ain't no money.
My man.
And it ain't tricking if you got it.
Okay, touche.
So let's check in with our next at night and see who we can help.
It's your girl Rose. It's Rose for me on all social media platforms. And the question that I have today is, what's the difference between real love and trauma bonding? And so I asked this question is because I want a future partner. I want to get into a relationship. But I'm so scared because I don't know what real love is because I never had real love. I never had real love when it came to my household growing up. I didn't. All I saw was abuse growing up. So I really want to know what real love feels like instead of having trauma.
That's real. I gotta clap it up for her for even sharing at that level. And I can see, like, you know, you can tell she's artistic. You can tell that she has a spirit that she wants to love. She wants to exude positive energy. So, I mean, again, I'll be saying crazy off the wall stuff, so I'm gonna pass it
I
to
like your crazy off the
the
wall
expert.
stuff.
But my core advice, especially because it sounds like she's had some trauma in her life, is get into a space that you can love yourself. And I don't know her, but I'm seeing the vibes. I'm seeing, it seems like she's headed in that direction. of just accepting and loving who you are, because can't nobody love you like you. And then
Amen.
once you get that,
Yeah.
you don't have to go looking. That person gonna find you because you're gonna have such a light, such a glow, and such an aura that everything you desire is gonna come to you.
That's beautiful.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and I would say too, she's really aware. Trauma bonding happens when you have trauma and your trauma meets somebody else's trauma, right? And those relationships, there's psychological harm going on. There's more affliction than affection, right? And that's a big difference. And I think if you know your trauma and how you respond, right? Like if your parents were really scary and what you did was go small to make them be okay, and you start to do that in a relationship, you're already bringing your trauma right into this relationship. So the awareness, I mean, if you are not in therapy, I do think therapy would be very helpful so that you understand your own trauma and when it shows up in relationships. Because what happens with trauma bonding is that a lot of the times we get in these relationships and then there's so much push-pull. That's another awareness, right? And when we are in the like pulled back in phase, we want it to be okay. We want everything to be okay. And then when the partner leaves, there's a lot of insecure attachment in these relationships too. So a lot of anxious avoidant attachment cycles going on here. So when our partner starts to avoid us and we're going back to them and begging them to notice us, we're back in that cycle. So much of this comes from awareness of your own trauma, awareness of how you are bonding with the other person as a result of your traumas. And I love what we talked about earlier in another episode, right? Where it's like, you need to ask somebody, not just about sexual trauma, but when you're really comfortable, tell me about what it was like to grow up in your house. I love this idea of even asking people, when we're talking about sex, what sexual messages did you receive? Because it's amazing when you really think about that, what you learned, but what messages did you receive? And how did you respond to those messages?
What do you mean by messages?
Right? Like, for example, like you're only good enough if you do really well in school. I'm taking this to a different level, right? So you learned that intelligence is the key to love. Right? That's a message you might have received, and how does that impact you? Or that you have to make X amount of dollars in order to be seen as successful. Or that you need to be quiet because if you make mom yell, you're going to get into trouble, right? So whatever the messages are that you stay
From your
small.
childhood.
Yes.
That's still.
They're going to impact
stay with
all
you
your
today.
relationships. Your first 5 years of life impact all of your relationships.
Wow.
Wow, that's huge.
It's
That's
deep.
heavy. That's super deep right
So
there.
would you say it's equivalent to being attracted to the potential of someone?
Well, yes and no, because the attracted to the potential doesn't mean that they're necessarily harming you. You might just be like, oh, this guy's going to be a doctor in 10 years and he's going to make this much money and do this much and we're going to have this. So that's like the potential that's not there now. Do you love him for who he is now, right? Where if he's beating you and saying, I could be better, but he's beating you in this moment, there's no potential. That's you don't.
That's trauma bonding.
That's trauma bonding, and that's you hurting you over and over, and you going back to a message that you learned from a young age that you deserved this.
Our parents teach us how to love. That's how we first learn how to love.
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly. Who we are attached to at that age is how we learn to attach.
And all of us don't have, that amazing experience or history of learning. I mean, you clearly have some amazing parents that are in the building right here that taught you how to love.
Yes, and continue to teach me how to love, really.
Yeah.
Like my mother, this is actually my stepdad, and my mom, 68 years old, fell in love. Newly fell in love. And it's really nice to see that love doesn't have an age.
Yes.
And I'm learning how to re-love over and over again, even through my mother at this time and age and the age that I'm in, and watching her fall in love and open up and be vulnerable. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It's a lovely thing to see.
I heard that. Go ahead on, mama. And that good man that you got next to
DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots. Over $400 million has already been awarded. Here's how you get in the game. Download the app, drop code NCAN, place your first $5 bet, and boom, those spins are yours. New players get 500 spins on Huff N' More Puff over 10 days. Download the app, use code NCAN, and claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours.
It's a good man, Savannah.
You know what? I do want to land in that space and get in your business just for a minute because clearly you are raised by a very strong woman and the values in your life seem amazing. And it crosses over into your art.
Thank you.
And like, you know, obviously a poet. So I know love is important to you. A DJ, so the culture, the music, like I sense the passion. Now, because we're in the same business, same art form, how do you control your passion? Because we talked about this in a previous episode. I've had relationships end and I've had relationships begin because my art took over. My love for, my passion took over for it, whether it's me falling in love because I did a movie with somebody and we got really close. How do you control your passion?
What do you mean by controlling it, though? Like control my love for something or control my...
Yeah, I mean, just even in this space and like values and even because I done seen a few of your movies and you got some scenes. And your parents here, so I don't want to go too deep, but it's that, and that's real passion. You know what I mean? Like
Like, how do I not let it go from passion
how do you control it in a sense to where you just keep it on screen or you keep it the art and you don't let it cross over? Because
You don't let it leak.
I have let it leak a few times, and I'm like, oh man, I was so into the character. I was so into the moment. Even as a musician, I've made albums and music to where it's like I was in such a mode and a vibe that I became that character of, you know, whether it's trying to be a player or whether it's trying to be this entity that I thought the world wanted to see. You know, I'm a gigolo and all that stuff. Like, that was me playing a role or expressing a passion of what I thought my fans wanted to see, opposed to actually understanding who I really was. So, like, I just know as artists, we get caught up in that type of stuff sometimes. And, you know, like you said, you don't want it, or I mean, some people do want it to bleed over into reality, but I was just wondering, like, how do you control your passion?
I think it's a mix of a lot of things. I think initially for me, it started with my training. So I went to Juilliard.
You got Juilliard. My bad. You official with it.
Well, thank you. But I think it's putting yourself in these uncomfortable, vulnerable situations, right? And letting yourself emote every emotion you have, but then understanding that it's just for that moment. So it's like really moment-to-moment work, right? So it's like, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be present with you and I'm gonna love you unconditionally. I'm gonna give you everything I have. But then as soon as I leave, I gotta recognize that was for that moment.
You gonna play with my emotions.
But I'm
don't look at me and tell me you don't be my everything.
I am, in this moment.
In this moment.
But then I leave. And, you know, I think there's also, like, I do a lot of yoga. I like yoga. It helps me to release different things, you know. I pray a lot. I just think you have to protect your vessel in general. Yeah. And I think if I'm passionate about something, I will go all the way. I can't help it because I'm creative in and out. It's what I do. But I feel like it's just constantly working on yourself first. You know, I was lucky to have parents who support me and who are grounded, and I came from a very spiritual, very faith-based environment, so I turn to God a lot, and then I try to find God in other ways, in nature, in yoga, in solitude. So it's just kind of protecting your vessel and knowing when you've gone a little too far, because I will push it all the way to the edge.
Oh, so you got the same problem as me.
Back. Hey, touche.
Well, Doc.
I love what you're saying about presence, right? It's like about being in the moment and being in the moment, right? And being present there. And then when that moment is over, being in the next moment and recognizing that these moments are just blips of time in our lives where we have the ability. One of the things I love about being a therapist, and I just digressed for a moment, I notice is it's about connection and listening and being present. And that is one of the most emotionally and spiritually invigorating things I can do.
Facts.
And if I can give you that moment of my presence, then I have given you all of myself. And then I have to remember, okay, that moment's done. The call is over, the session is over, and I'm on to the next thing. But this is still me being real.
Do you know you just spit some player shit?
You You gotta learn from everyone.
Everything
you gotta
you
learn
say.
from everyone.
The player.
I was in the moment, and then the moment was over, and I was on to the next moment.
But here's the thing is, I know what I'm doing in the moment. Like I'm.
And I know what I'm doing in the moment.
Oh my God! I'll just stop now, but I'll start again.
But no, like I agree with you 100% because.
But I'm not going in there with this other. Like I feel like the player shit is like you go in with like two intentions, right?
Yeah.
Like you're going in knowing I'm doing
to
this
be manipulative.
Right.
Right.
I'm not doing this to be manipulative. I'm doing this because like I love like connecting is my superpower.
Right.
I love that.
Me too.
Yes, but I'm not going to take advantage of that moment.
So long as you're honest with the moment, you can say
Yes.
this is only for the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am here with you now, but I can't promise I will be here with you later.
Player shit.
I gotta give it.
I'm not sure why I'm high-fiving, but I just
That's
did.
for players. Baby, I'm here with you now. Let's focus on the moment.
But then if
I may not be here in the moment.
but if somebody
But that's
says to
when you
me,
go in with that intention to literally take her, to get her to that place, to leave her at the end. But if you go in unknowing, like you're just open and you're flowing and you're living in the moment of love, it's pure.
So the moment can turn into a movement. It can turn into more than just a moment, but
Yes.
probably not.
But not if you calculate it. It can't be calculated, right?
and I'm not trying to get something from you. I feel like the player piece is I'm trying to get something from you.
But no, because just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, let's do it.
When you're in a relationship, specifically a monogamous one, and one person no longer wants to be in that moment, then that's when. So
We gotta
we
talk
can't,
about that moment
But that's
ending.
what I'm saying. We can't control it. So if we're passionate people and we only love for the moment, or we follow our passions and stuff, and that other person is expecting so much more than just a moment, you're not intentionally trying to be manipulative, but if I love so hard and so diligently and I'm a hopeless romantic and I love the moment, but when that moment fades, I then check out and on to the next moment, and then now I look like the bad person.
Well, but here's the thing. What if you checked out on the next moment, but you went back to the person and you're like, hey, I noticed that like things are shifting for me. What if you were actually authentic and honest about what's happening after the moment ended, once you have figured out like, I'm out of here.
Not there.
I mean,
That's an option.
that probably doesn't happen as often.
No,
as,
for
But
sure.
I understand. I
for
can
sure.
relate because it's hard because you do want to love forever, right? You want to be with one person.
Yeah.
But you can't predict if someone else comes along and takes that moment.
If the thrill is gone, it's gone.
Right.
Well, if that's what you're looking for is the thrill.
The thrill, the fire, the whatever it is.
That was deep.
I mean, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Nick. If you know that and you go in and you're like, I am so in this and I am so, like, I am enamored by the thrill, and you can talk about that, then that's fine. If you're being real and you're telling somebody, like, this is what I'm here for the thrill. When the thrill is gone, I'm probably going to check out, right? Like, you're giving information. You're not hiding your, like, knowing of yourself or your possible intentions. So I think that knowing yourself, like you brought up earlier, is really the key to all of this.
I heard
I
that.
agree.
Know yourself, love yourself, and
To thine own self be true.
Yes.
there it is. Let's see who else we can help out. This is a written question from Queen Roots. Every time my man finishes, he just rolls over and knocks out like I don't even exist. Should I be offended, or is that just how guys are?
I mean, that depends. You might have done the thing. You knocked him out.
You should be the opposite of offended. You should be like, I got some good vagina. Because that's what it is. If she can put you to sleep, that's amazing.
Wait, so let me ask you this. After you have an orgasm, do you feel invigorated or exhausted?
It depends how long it took me to get to orgasm.
Okay.
No, but honestly, it's, again, and this is me putting on my pleaser hat, because that's the goal. So, like, to me, I'm not, there have been many times in my life where my goal was to have an orgasm. But now I think in my sexual experiences, it's all about the experience, and I want to please the woman, so I'm more about, like, what is her experience? So, and again, that takes a time and maturity to kind of get to that space. But I've had this feeling as well, because first of all, it's dark. You got them big thread count sheets.
Fancy.
You just don't put in the work. You want, unless she can make a hell of a sandwich, you going to sleep. like that's usually, and then if she make the sandwich, then you're gonna go to sleep after the sandwich. So like a man's mentality, if he's not looking to make sure the woman is well taken care of first, that's usually part of his good night routine.
Yes.
So, and it's probably the time of day that they're having sex too.
Right. Well, and also you said dark. I would suggest like a red or purple light bulb that you put in one of your lamps, so you just change up the atmosphere. It doesn't have to be light, but it doesn't have to be dark.
Like purple.
Oh, okay. That's what weed smokers do.
Foods is so important. Music is so important, right? Like, what is your sexy playlist? And also, if he's doing that and you want to cuddle after, or you are not having your orgasm, talk about it, right? Or be like, or cuddle into him as he's falling asleep so that he knows this is important, that there's physical touch afterwards.
Yeah. And it just sounds like that's a time where a man is being vulnerable.
Yeah, maybe.
Where if he's comfortable enough with you after sex to still lay there and go to sleep, you got you a good man, because there's some men that's gonna get up and leave.
They're gonna give you the $1,000 and be like, go.
Right.
I think she should feel accomplished.
Yeah.
Unless you try to cuddle with him and he throws your arm off.
Yeah.
No, that's different.
Yeah,
That's a whole
different.
nother problem.
Yeah.
Right. Like now you don't want to touch
But if he knock out, don't be offended. Feel accomplished.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. That's
love
a
that.
great
the
advice.
champion of the world.
There it is. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the anonymous question. Let's see what they talking about.
Hey, Nick at Night. So, my husband has been talking in his sleep a lot, and the other night he said another woman's name. And I think it was a sex dream, just so by the way he said it, like, it hurt. And now I'm not sure if I should bring it up or just keep it to myself. I'm heated, but I don't even know if it's right for me to be this mad.
So her husband was asleep.
I want to know your opinion on this.
He was talking in his sleep and said another woman's name.
And he was having a sex dream, right?
She
How
thinks
does she
it was
know?
a sex dream. She thinks it was based on the way he said her name.
Is that wrong?
Well, I don't know, because early...
And what does that mean psychologically? What does that mean?
Well, first of all, it can mean so many things, right? Like, our dreams are unconscious, so of course it could be somebody he knows now. It could be somebody he knew when, right? We don't really know the context of who this woman is. But what I do know, based on just this question, is she is building up resentment, and she's creating stories, and she's mind reading, and she's telling herself all this stuff without actually being upfront with him.
And I guarantee you, he don't remember that shit at all.
No, but maybe if you say like, hey, I heard Erica, what does that mean, right? Like,
You wake him up in the morning, who the is Erica?
Right, that a lot of
Right
just
there.
like that, just like that.
But
You
don't you
can't
think,
wait. There should be no time. Soon as he say, like,
Well, then he might remember the dream.
But don't you believe that you have to have the thought before you can have the subconscious thought, right? So you have to kind of be thinking about somebody you want to sleep with.
But we
in
don't
order to
know
go
that
to
it's somebody
sleep.
he wants to sleep with. It could be somebody he had
yeah,
slept
it
with.
could have
be
been a
like
bad
first
dream.
grade
But you have to have thought about it, right? It has to be there.
no, because you can't control your subconscious. I don't control what I dream about.
True, but I think you can kind of manifest it in a sense, right? If you're
possible.
constantly thinking
If
about
you know how, you do
somebody, right?
yoga every day.
No, but seriously, if I'm constantly thinking about someone new or someone old, and I go home with my partner, and suddenly I have a dream where I'm speaking their name out loud, I had to have started to think about it before that moment.
Yes.
In my opinion, we don't just randomly have dreams without having something happen to us in our life that initiates that, right?
I mean, well, also sometimes dreams are there, right, because we're working something out for ourselves, but it doesn't necessarily mean it happened right now either.
Okay.
And I think that's what's hard to decipher based on this, is like she needs more information.
So you say question.
And I think I'm a dreamer. I'm a vivid dreamer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like, I feel like, again, we're gonna go a little too deep, but like in a esoteric, out of this world sense, like I dream in different realms. Like,
I love
sometimes
this.
That's amazing.
Sometimes I see ancient goddesses and I'm on different planets and stuff like that in my mind, because my imagination is that vivid.
Wow.
So I could be thinking about some alien chick that I'll never meet, and her name is Erika.
Right.
Like,
From a different realm.
But now I get beat up in real life because I'm having this science fiction far out dream.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I will say the one thing I would not recommend is like going on somebody's phone and scrolling or
And looking for Erika?
Right, because it's like
Right. Keep saying Erica.
She started the Erika thing.
I did. That's like, it could be totally death by 1,000 cuts. And also, we really don't know. This is why, again, you might wake up and be like, I have no idea who this was. And even then offer, if you need something from me, like, here's what you can look at my phone, we can, you can, whatever it might be, so that you're showing your partner, you can trust me. Or at least, hopefully, you can trust me.
It's a healthy way to do it.
Just say it was the alien from a past life.
Or do that.
Yeah. Hopefully that works, and it's now the opportunity to open up the floor and give everybody in here a chance to ask a question. Takara, you got a question? But please, what's your name?
My name is Regine Ray Bell.
Hey,
Hi.
Regine.
Hello.
Good to see you.
I am a model and photographer. So I just wanted to ask a quick question about dating, because I am dating here in LA. What's the best way to go about figuring out if people are being genuine in dating me or just trying to figure out who they can get connected to out here?
Well, first of all, you are beautiful, and you got a whole, your aura. You got a real aura and a real light around you. So I think two things are gonna happen, especially out here in Sodom and Gomorrah, this debauchery of a city called Hollywood. This is the land of make-believe. And as you know, as a model and a photographer, it's a lot of facades. So when realness shows up in a world of facades, it's so like you're gonna stand out, but you're also gonna attract some stuff that you're gonna have to learn how to discern through. So, having been out here almost all my life, I think you can't go looking. Okay. So in that sense of all the aura, all the light, everything that you possess, you lose your power when you go looking.
Okay, I'll stay home.
Yeah, it ain't about staying at home. You can still have a good time. You can still go to the club, because as soon as, I guarantee you, as soon as you stop looking, everything that you looking for gonna come find you.
Amen.
But because when we go searching for stuff, like I said, you gotta kiss a lot of frogs. You don't wanna kiss no frogs. You know what I mean? You want your Prince Charming to just show up for you. So that would be my advice.
So are you also saying to meet them in real life instead of like online? Or?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm old school. Like, I've never met anybody online. But again, that goes back to the facade idea to where like everybody's putting on a representative. Yes. And when you meet them, it's not the person that you met online. But I was talking about in like real time when you walk into a room type of vibe.
Well, and I like that advice because I think that makes a lot of sense. If you know that there are people reaching out to you because of what you do, you want to meet somebody where they just look at you and just have something that they are drawn to, and they want to know who you are, right? And I think that's where you're going to really find somebody that your heart speaks to.
And we have this conversation a lot on this show. Specifically, one, because it's a lot of my own experiences and a lot of my friends' experiences, that LA is probably one of the toughest places to date in all of the world. Because everybody is out here on the grind, on a mission to get to the bag. So it's so selfish that it's not even, you can't fault the person because we all out here trying to get it, that we forget about the other individual. So then even when you do date or that person is like, all right, how much money you make? All right, who you know? Or where you live? So it's not even about who you are, it's about what you can do for them. So for men and women, we all come into the dating realm with our guard up because I either think she want me for my money, my status, and then sometimes that's not even real, so I gotta play the card that I got the money and the status. And then the woman is like, well, she's already guarded because she don't know if this is a creep and he fronting. So it's really hard to find authenticity, specifically in this city. And so that's why, and I say this even outside of just like dating, just to find friendship. To find real people, I feel like I live in a world where people only tell me 75% of the truth. That's the most I'm gonna get out of somebody, and that other 25 is either manipulation, insecurity, or something. So I've grown accustomed to just accepting 75, and I think a lot of that has to do with the environment of LA. I don't know if people in Nebraska have to deal with it at this level, or people in smaller towns, because we're so focused on presenting opposed to actually just being. So it's not your fault, but continue to be that light that you are.
Yeah.
And whatever you desire is gonna come find you, right?
Beautiful. Well said. Well said. Put out your intentions.
Yes.
And stick to them.
Yes. I heard that. Well, speaking of, I went back outside. And we've been talking about this the whole show. This one is in honor of you.
Oh.
Yes. Let's go ahead and check what they talking about on the streets. Players at night. Now, would you consider yourself, now that you back outside, are you a player?
Absolutely not. I'm too old for that. I said I'm booked and busy.
Okay.
I'm too old for that.
What's the definition of a player?
If you know how to handle all the women at the same time, you tell them the truth, tell them what's going on, let everybody know where they stand and what they do. That's a player. You gotta hide it, then you're a player.
You a liar, you a cheater.
That's right.
What would be your definition of a player?
A player is somebody who can say what they want to say and tell you exactly what it is, and I'm gonna get my way anyway. It is what it is. You could go do your own thing. But over here is my program.
Now, before the relationship, was you a player?
Macadamian. Come on, man.
So how'd you slow down the player? How'd you slow the Mac down?
Come on, man.
What did you do? You had to do something?
Put him in his place.
You put him in his place?
Look, man, macaroni. Macaroni. I ain't got nothing to say to that.
Nothing, you gotta let her have it.
She got that one.
Yeah.
Okay, you in a relationship right now?
Not anymore, no.
What happened?
I called it off.
You called it off? You said like it's a football game or something. Why'd you call it off?
I just was tired of them. I got bored.
Oh, so you a player?
No.
If you just calling off full-on relationships.
I was bored.
Because you was bored.
Why would you?
You just playing with somebody's heart.
No.
You be like, yeah, it's 2:30, I'm done. Sager, that ain't right.
It is right.
That's what they call toxic.
No.
B, they called you a narcissist?
They could be, but you know, they be saying that about any good-looking guy.
Oh!
That's just how it is, dude. That's just how it is.
We get a bad rep. Us handsome mother right here.
Yeah.
We can't help that we amazing. So you a player?
No, I'm a playette.
Tell me about what playettes do.
We get a bunch of telephone numbers and save them under different names.
That's what they used to do in the 80s, Levita.
We still do it in the 2000s.
We don't get telephone numbers no more.
Yes, we do.
No, we DM one another.
We do that too.
You still got a rotary phone, don't you? House phone?
I got a flip phone though.
You got a house phone?
I sure do. That's the telephone number that I get, the ones that I don't want to talk to.
So you a player?
I just got player ways.
So what's that mean?
I mean, you play with me, I play the games back. I'm gonna match your energy. How about that?
You know, I don't match energy no more. I set the standard now. That's real player.
You making me nervous. I gotta get on your level. I gotta get on your level.
What's the call again? What type of woman comes when you do that call?
All of them.
And they just gonna keep coming.
That's right.
Okay, you see that? He got it. Damn. He's been a woof, though. He's been a woof.
Now, so do you got you like a little roster?
Nah.
You just saying that because the camera's on?
Yeah, and everybody in my face.
They all in your face. I know you a player. I know a player when I see one. We ain't gonna put your business all out there in the street. So you would consider yourself a player?
I'm a Mac.
You escalated it.
Hell yeah.
Elevated it.
Hell yeah, capital P, nigga.
So you keep it P. Now why Mississippi players got it so together?
We know how to work a hoe.
Tell me more.
To get through to them, you feel me? Yes, sir. We gonna slaw them out. They gonna feed us good. We gonna ride good. We gonna drive good. And we gonna good.
All of that gonna happen.
All that gonna happen.
Is that just the Mississippi women? That's women all over the world.
Well, when you're from Mississippi, anything is possible. Everybody from around the world.
So you got them isms.
Yes, sir.
So how long you been a player?
Since I was about 5th grade. Buying all the girls fruit snacks and shit. Buying all the ass fruit snacks, Nick.
And what was they giving you?
You know, a little kiss on the cheek.
There it is.
That was interesting.
Shout out to all the players. It's interesting that some people wouldn't admit that they were players, like yourself. But I mean, I think everybody got a little player in them, and it's how you control it. Because I would definitely say I'm a retired player. I definitely enjoyed it, and even as the young man at the end, like, he was just embracing his youthfulness, his youngness.
He was.
But I think if we talk to him in 15 years, he's gonna be tired of being a player.
Yeah, yes.
Like, the key word to being a retired player is tired. Because you get tired of always trying to keep up.
Yes, it's exhausting.
Yeah, so as somebody who has had their fun, at some place, being at peace is more important than being a player.
Yes.
So can I ask you a personal question?
Of course, please.
So, you have a few different baby mamas.
I do. 6.
And quite a few kids, right?
12.
So that's not, you wouldn't consider that to be a player. Would you consider that to be like settling down? Do you feel peace?
As funny as it is and as silly as it is, a lot of the concepts of a player, I feel like are just innately in me. I feel like my dad was a player, his daddy was a player, the daddy before him was a player. It was just an energy that I grew up around seeing. So the things that I glorified as a young man were just stayed with me. So a lot of the decisions that I made since school days to even having children, I got excited about, oh yeah, I'm a player, I'm this, I'm that. You would just see it in me. So as you get older, you're like, okay, as you go to therapy, you do the work, you're like, those probably weren't the most positive things. And when you become a father, you don't want to pass that energy on, especially when you become a father of daughters, because you don't want anybody manipulating or misusing your daughter. So then you start to self-evaluate. So even though my player ways may have caused me to have 6 baby mamas and 12 kids, it's now, all right, well, how do I shift this and take my reality and hopefully put something positive back into my children to where, yeah, daddy was this way, but don't be like daddy. You know, daddy did experience these things, but I did that so you don't have to do it. So really, that's my mindset now. I'm still working through it. You know what I mean? Because it's still in me. You know, you sitting next to me right now, Erika.
You know, we are moment to moment.
Yeah, it's moment to moment.
I mean, you have this moment.
I can turn it back on. You see what I'm saying? I understand when the opportunity presents itself. Nah, but it's such a great question, and this has been a great episode.
I love it.
It's some healing for me. It's a great journey. You guys have fun with it? This is Nick Cannon at Night. Erica Peeples, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Waxman. Slide into our DMs. Like and subscribe. We'll holler at you. It's Nick Cannon at Night.
Hey.
Get ready. Get ready. You ready? Because I'm ready for Nick Cannon at night. At night. At night. At night. It's Nick at Night.